Greetings traders, this is part 2 of the video today. I just had to save the other one. Power went out, but anyway, I am back and still trading the YM, and code 3 working very good. I'm about to take another code 3 entry. I'll be right back. I hope all of you are doing really super good with the code 3. Working fantastic on the YM. Not so great on oil. Oil really needs to use the code 2, but the YM and the ES and the NQ working really super good on. Anyway, still looking for the entry. I'll be back. I thought I was recording. Okay, I'm back in. I got a short signal. I'll be right back. I'm set to stop. Sorry, I'm not doing so good recording tonight. It's not as easy to record as it looks. You have to constantly, pause and play and pause and play, and if you forget, and then like the power goes out, only gave me just a little bit to save it, and yeah, it takes a lot of work to record these videos. Let me go for more ticks in this. It's 40 right there. Let's see, what does it daily look like? Could be going red here. This is trading the Dow, When you go and look at the market and everybody talks about the market, this is it right here. You're trading it. It's at 24,430. You're trading the market everybody talks about on CNBC and everything else. So you're where the rubber meets the road on the market here. Do it in the futures and you get a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of money for a relatively small amount of money risked. Anyway, I'll come back. But you can see though, just take a look at it, watch it for a second. It's moving. The Dow moving. Oil not moving so much. Oil's moving in a more choppy fashion. See how this is the 10-minute chart, right? Take a look at the bars. 10-minute bars. Nice move up. And then a little bit of up and down, move down, nice move up. And then a beautiful move down, right? Oil not like that. It's choppy. The bars are really choppy. You really shouldn't even trade code 3 with oil. If you're going to trade anything with oil, trade code 2. Trade code 1. But you trade code 3 with the other markets, like YM or ES. ES is really good too. Most people should probably be trading the ES because you only have like $400 margin. You can get $400 margin on the ES. So you can control 10 contracts for $4,000, and that one is trading at $12.50 per contract. So you're like over $100 per tick. Whereas this one, I'm trading 10 contracts, and it's only $50 a tick, because it's only $5 per contract. So it's, and plus it's a lot more money for margin. So everything has its pros and cons, But that's why I think most people should just trade the ES. But it doesn't really matter which one you trade with respect to the code 3. They all work the same. I mean, literally, if I'm seeing 6 different charts right now, and they all look the same. They're almost identical to each other. I mean, literally, the ES and the NQ are virtually identical. And so is the YM. It's virtually identical. They're the same exact chart. That's what I mean. Well, we won't talk about that. Is it getting close to my exit here? Not yet. Looking at the code. Oh, we got another code 3 signal. Short position. Oh no, sorry, that was the one I just took. go for another 10. You got me partially out with two contracts because it hit it so fast before it moved. Taking a look at the code here. Come on. I could easily go red here. We could be going down quite a bit. It's already made a good move down. It could continue. See, we haven't even gone red yet, but it very, very well may do so. That would mean we got quite a bit of ways to go down still. Code 3, ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing it for yourselves today. A good Code 3 day. See, you need the market to move. Now, when you guys look at the market, okay, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for something that's moving, not going sideways. Look for something that's moving. Then take a look at the daily. You can see it on the daily too. It moved all the way up. It's moved all the way back down. Now it's a question, is it going to continue to go down? Make a nice move down, for instance. You know, it's moved, but it'd be nice to see it move even more. Alright, what's the code here? Okay, no reason to get out. Still got the code 3 short signal here. Okay, I'm going to come back. This thing just shot up really fast, and I just jumped out. I'm going to use another code entry. Well, let me think here. Still already have... Yeah, I'll just use another code 3 entry. Consider that to be a break-even stop was hit. I got out manually. I think I got out for a couple ticks or something, but you know, just consider that was a break-even stop. I'll come back. Got another short entry here on the break, going with the code 3. You know, one thing I do like about the Dow is it's a pretty good mover. I mean, the thing does move pretty good. Not bad at all. Looks like we're gonna go red here. Oop, gotta move that thing. Oh no, no, no. That thing dropped fast. Alright. Bring it down a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely a mover. See how much of a drop here we can get. Moves a bit more like oil used to move. Almost red. So close. Oh, it's slightly red. Starts going red here, it could really drop down. We could get a good trade out of this thing. What do you think, Code 3, not so hard, huh? Not so hard and quite profitable. I came in late today too. You could have come in earlier and caught this whole move up, but I didn't come in until much later. I had to go to the airport. Flight was delayed, so I had to wait like an hour. Looking good though here. Starting to go red. It could really move down. Of course, I'm not familiar with trading this particular market, the Dow Jones. I usually trade oil. Okay, I'm looking for a code 3 signal here. If it goes short again, if I get another short signal, should continue to go down and should be pretty good here. If it pops all the way back up, I'll have to take a break-even trade on it. If it goes down, I'm going to hit a good sized winner here. Pretty good chance it'll go down. Daily's still trying to go green there. I mean red. Okay, I'm going to jump out right there. See what this thing wants to do. I still have, no, I don't have a code 3. I was in that code 3 short, but no new code 3 signal yet. I'm going to wait for a new code 3 signal now, and I'll take another entry. I'll be back. Okay, I've got another short entry. Got a code 3 short signal. Another one. Okay, let's go for more ticks. Alright. Another code 3 short. Let's see what we can get out of this. Come on, drop out. Would you stop popping back up like that? Man. Come on, drop out. It sure is jumpy. There you go, come on. Let's drop down. Where's my exit at? 06. down here. Come on, you stop popping back up like that. But it sure is jumpy. Take a look at the 1 minute. What's it doing? Looks kind of funny. Just, I don't know, it looks like it has like a lot of range in its movement. Oh, is this thing gonna pop me back out again? Come on, let's just make a nice move down here. It's very, very jumpy. Okay, I'll come back. I just jumped out again. This thing is very, very jumpy. It's just really, really, really jumpy. And anyway, I'm going to take another entry. I'll come back. Okay, I've got another short position here, going with the original code 3. Be right back. Okay, I just got stopped out of that one. Boy, this thing is squirrely as can be. I didn't use a code 3 stop on that one. This thing is really squirrely. Let's try to figure something out here. Okay, we got code 3 short. Okay, I'm going to come back. Okay, I'm back in a short position here. Still going with the code 3. I'm going to set a code 3 stop. I'll be right back. I forgot to reset the exit. It already hit my exit. Oh boy. Not doing so good today. And there it goes without me too. It's taking off, going down. Oh brother. Oh, there it goes. Look at that drop. Without me in it. All because I didn't place my exit. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. Look at this drop. Ouch. I could have been in that drop right there. Okay, still plenty of good trading happening here. I'm going to come back. I'm going to take another entry. If I can get this thing to come back up a few ticks. Let's see if I can get it up to like 24. Let me see, what was my entry? Where is the code 3? Look at the daily. Okay, it looks beautiful on the daily. Let's see here. If I could get an entry back up at like about 24,332, I could take it short again. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play another code 3 entry. I'll be back. Okay, I have got a code 3 long signal, and so I have just taken the long position. I'm going to go set the stop. I'll be right back. Oh, I almost forgot to reset it again. Boy, I really have to fix that. 20 ticks is like nothing in this market. Better fix that. take it up to like, maybe like a 40 tick. 40 ticks on the exit, 20 ticks on the stop. Stop always is adjusted as well, but yeah, I better do that. I better do that because this thing can really move. Yeah, it can definitely really move pretty good. And again, I'm not used to trading this instrument. I'm used to trading oil. But this instrument, well, all of them. I mean, again, I'm looking at all the charts. They're identical with each other. I mean, literally, they are identical. And the code 3 works the same on all of them. It's the same. There's no difference. Not really. At least not that I've been able to tell so far. Once I chart them out and actually study them mathematically, then I can see if there's some differences and what the nuances are, etc., all this different stuff. But if you just looked at the 10-minute chart and you looked at all of them at the same time and you were zoomed out or zoomed in the same for each one of them, they look identical. I mean, seriously, they look 100% identical to each other. So, it's the same. The code 3 works on everything the same. The only thing that's strange about, like for instance, this one, is it seems to move a lot of ticks. You know, it's 24,391, and then it will move like 100 ticks up and down relatively easily. And so you could get a lot of ticks out of it. I don't know what the tick range is on this, though. That's what I need to figure out. See, I really need to look at this more mathematically. Yes, I broke the code, but there's all kinds of information within the code that I haven't gotten a chance to look at yet. It really needs to be charted out. That way you can find it, see it, analyze it, study it, compare it, that sort of thing. It all starts with the charting of it. I really think that a great deal, many of the really good code traders out there, not all of them, but a lot of them, studied the charts, studied the charting, for instance, that I did, the charting service, and studied that for a while until they really... The one thing that is really nice about the charts is you see, oh, wow, okay, yeah, it does work. And that really makes you pay attention now. Now you pay attention to it. You say, okay, well, I better, study this. I better, like, put some extra effort into this. Okay, this has got my attention now. Okay, now I'm going to give it its due credit and actually look at it, take a really good look at it once you take a look at the charts. And so it kind of starts with the charts, really. And then when you see the charts, and you see it every day, you don't just say, okay, what happened one day? Yeah, okay, that's one thing. But, okay, 2 days, yeah, that's one thing. But then when you see it week after week after week, month after month after month, you start to say, oh, okay, all right. And then you start to understand. You start to say, okay, it's actually real. And then that's when it really starts. And then you go from there where now you start to say, okay, well, it's all in the chart. You say you see it doing it, you see it doing it, you see it doing it. Then what should you do? You should go for it. Go for it. Go for what it's supposed to do. And you just start getting in the habit of doing that, and then boom, it starts to work. The trades start to come. That's what you see me do. But you see me do it, and it also looks fairly easy. But you got to try to understand now, I've been doing this for a long time. If you make mistakes, you're going to pay the price for that. And All traders make mistakes. Even I, as good as I am, I still make mistakes. And I made a lot of mistakes to get to where I am. So, the most important mistake you never ever want to make is holding on to a bad trade. Do that just one time, your account will be gone. That's why you can never allow it to happen. So you have to have a plan. Then you have to trade your plan. I've got a plan. I'm watching the code. Okay, hold on a second. What am I in on here? Might have to. This thing's gonna get me out again. This thing is very, 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 very. It's jumpy. It's very jumpy. Let me take a look at the code here now. Okay, obviously. Oh yes, I was getting in on that right there. Okay. So I shouldn't have gotten out. Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten out. Let's see here. I'll be right back. It is starting to come down a bit here. Okay, I'm going to take the next code 3 signal. I'll be back. I should have stayed in the last code 3 long signal there. Got a nice move up there. I jumped out. See, I wasn't seeing where I was getting in it. I wasn't sure. And then I realized afterwards where I was getting it. So, the one thing about code 3 is it can get a little bit confusing sometimes. You got to pay attention. Some people have come up with some unique stuff to show it or to keep track of it, which is really cool. Yeah, you just have to keep track of it. Anyway, it's easy, but at the same time, it's easy to forget. Anyway, I'll come back. But yeah, I should be doing a lot better today. I've just a couple of times I didn't hit what I was, actually more than a couple of times, and I was ahead, but had to settle for like break even. And should be doing a whole lot better right now. And then I didn't stay in that trade. And then another one, I accidentally had the 20 tick exit on it, and it hit it. I didn't realize it, and then it dropped out and went a lot lower. Could have made a lot more ticks. It's just like I don't know, one thing after another, just making mistakes basically. Okay, still good trading left though, so I'll come back. You see though the Dow moving pretty good. Dow Jones Industrial Average is what this is. It's moving pretty good. Okay, I've got a short position here. This isn't actually a code 3 trade, but it's based. It's how do I describe this? Let's put it this way. If the price gets to be 24,418, it's going to trigger a code 3 long signal. If that happens, since I'm short, I'm going to reverse the position at 18 and go long. But if that doesn't happen, what's going to happen then is that it's going to go down. And then at some point, it's going to give a code 3 short signal, in which case it will go short, and I would take a short position, except for I'm already short. So basically what this is, I haven't thought of a name for this trade yet, but it's a way for you to play the code 3 where you could really nail big trades and make a lot more if it it's going to be the other way. It looks like I'm going to get caught here. As soon as it hit 18, I reverse the position and go long. 16. 16. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so I'm long now. Got caught there. So it is now a code 3 long entry, long signal. Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm really not doing so good today. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to trading this instrument. It is a little bit different than oil. At the same time, it's sort of like what oil used to be like. But it's a bit jumpy. Definitely jumpy. You really have to play this, the code 3 to the T on this thing. I've jumped out a couple times and shouldn't have done it, so made a mistake on the exit and would have hit a good sized trade had I not done that. Alright, that's trading. Sometimes everything goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, I will come back. Okay, starting to make a little bit of a move up here. Let's see what we can get. Where is my exit at, by the way? Oh yeah, 40 ticks. Just sort of inchworming its way up here. Looking for, like, you know, a good sized move up. And I could exit. Seems to be, well, it's in a good uptrend right now, obviously. Take a look at the daily. That's gone green. See if we can make a break here. Come on. Come on, Dow Jones. Okay, I will come back. Ah, is this thing gonna do it to me again? It is. I don't believe it. It just keeps doing it to me over and over again. It's like it doesn't really want to go anywhere. Except for the first trade that I made was good. Made a lot of ticks from it, but since then I can't get this thing to go anywhere. Alright. Have to bail out. Okay, I will come back. Okay, I'm back in long because it's still in a code 3 long signal. I will come back. Okay, it's starting to make a move up here. Let's see if I can finally get a move out of this thing without it snapping back on me, coming back to my break-even position. See, I just need to move up an extra 20 ticks or so. Let's see if I can get it to do it this time. Otherwise, if I went to the same pattern, I would get out. It, you know, keeps coming back on me. But you see the way I play, see I always, pretty much always go for it. Not always though. But I'm getting burned by doing that today. Of course, on the first one I did, it was good. I think I did 2 of them. Can't remember now. But it was definitely good. Alright, it's going to kick me out again. How many times does this make it? You know, this definitely trades different than oil. And have to get used to the way it trades. It's kind of weird. It's weird the way it trades. It's just like choppy. Not really choppy, but it has a strange. Man, I probably doesn't do this every day. Okay, I've taken a short position here. This again is like the last trade before, where I'm right next to a code 3 signal, and if it goes up a little bit more, it's going to trigger a code 3 long entry, in which case I'll reverse and go back the other way. But otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to come down, and then it will actually come down to a certain point, and it'll go give a code 3 short signal, in which case I'll already be short and just be able to hold it. See if this thing's going to hold or not. I'll come back. Okay, I had to reverse the position. We've got a code 3 long entry signal, and lost a few ticks on that one. Every time I play that play, it doesn't work. But you'd be surprised how often it does work. It's just like a coincidence or whatever. It hasn't been working. Anyway, you can watch this thing trade. It's really, really jumpy. Code 3 long signal here. This thing could move up quite a bit. Let's take a look at the daily. Yep, we are green. We're going with the daily here. Looking good. I'll come back. See, what I need to do here is, just like I did with the code 2 on oil, and you figure out mathematically what the ticks are good for, what the codes are good for. I need to do the same thing on this. Find out what the codes are actually good for on average. That way it'll give you something to go for. We could do it. We could do that. Yeah. Need to analyze it on a chart better for quite a while, actually. Okay, it's starting to make a good little move up here. See what it can do. I'll be back. Okay, it's starting to make a good little move up here. The way it moves, though, is really strange. It's really choppy in its movement. It kind of moves up and then moves back. It moves up and moves back, and then comes down, and then goes all the way back up, and it breaks, and it just keeps doing the same thing over and over again. Basically, you just have to hang on to it. But I'm ready to jump out of it, because mostly I just want to go to sleep. But it is late too. It's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 2 a.m. to me. I'll jump out right there. Alright, that was a good little move there. Kind of have to time these a little bit. Anyway, little code 3 trading for today on Wednesday. You can see code 3 working very well. Now, I wasn't even trading. Let's see here. When did I come in? wasn't even trading any of this over here. Code 3 working really good. I didn't even get until late. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but somewhere around here or something like that. And I had a good move down right there. I didn't even get the early part. I was at the airport, and I was expected to be back a lot earlier than what I got back, but the flight got delayed by, well, it took like an hour. So, over an hour even. So, anyway, I came in late, but as you can see, the Code 3 working good, very good on the, well, it's working good on everything. The only thing that Code 3 doesn't really work that good on is oil. You really want to use the Code 3 on everything else but oil. Use the Code 2 on oil. Yeah, I would use the Code 2 on oil. If you have trouble taking a Code 2 entry on oil, either using the Code 1 or using various techniques with the Code 2, then you could use the Code 3. But you need to know what the Code 2 is so that you can use a Code 3 entry on it. And that works perfectly. But not always, because sometimes the range will be too big. So you really want to get in on the Code 1, Code 2. Take a Code 1 trade into a Code 2. That's what you really want to do. That's the best way to play it. And then use Code 3 for everything else. Now, most of you really shouldn't even be bothering with the YM or anything. You should just trade the ES. It's the same exact thing for the ES. You want to see the ES chart? Take a good look at this chart right here. Now I'm going to show you the ES chart. Okay, now here's the ES chart. Now compare the two on video. Do they look the same to you? They're exactly the same. You see, the code 3 works the same, basically. And so, with the ES, it only costs like $400 for margin. You can get like $400 margin for the ES. And with just one contract is worth $12.50 per tick. Of course, it equals out to be about the same, but you can control more of the ES for a lot cheaper, allowing you to play for a lot less money, which I think a lot of people would really like the advantage of being able to do that. But you can trade anything. You could trade the NQ. The NQ looks the exact same. Want to see the NQ? I'll show the NQ. Okay, here's the NQ. Looks almost identical, does it not? And what do we got here? The YM. Oh yeah, of course I was already showing you that. So you see, they're basically all identical to each other. So it doesn't really matter which one you trade. If you go long on one, you're going long on the other. If you go short on one, you're going short on the other. It doesn't really matter. But you can trade the ES for cheap. So seems logical that you could just trade the ES then, the E-mini. So I'm going to show these to you one at a time. Here's the NQ. Take a look at it. Now here's the ES. Take a look at it. Now here's the YM. You see? They're all the same. They look identical to each other. Do you know what the reason for that is, ladies and gentlemen? We won't talk about that reason. But guess what it means? It means you can make money from it. That's all we really care about anyway, right? Just making money from it. So that you have the opportunity with the code, with all the codes, the code 1, the code 2, and the code 3. Get some serious power in your hands to make money when you know the codes and know how to use them and have practiced them and are relatively good at them. Then you're going to be able to do incredible things trading. Anyway, I just wanted to show and demonstrate code 3 working very, very good. I made major mistakes today, and I still come out way, way ahead, but I could have come out way more ahead. I made mistakes, but it had nothing to do with the code 3 not working. It just had to do with me making mistakes with the code 3. One of them being the 20 tick exit, one of them being that I got out and I shouldn't have. If I would have just stayed in, it would just kept on going. So also I took a couple of trades, couple of unorthodox trades that I lost on that actually aren't code 3 entries. And so, you know, I could have did a lot better, let's put it that way. Anyway, I am going to get going. It is 2:10 a.m. for me and time for me to go to sleep. So I hope all of you code traders are doing really well, and I really hope you code 3 traders are nailing the code 3. You guys got to be loving this. It's fantastic, but here's my advice. Don't bother with it on oil. You really need to know the code 2 for oil, track it, and then use a code 3 into the code 2. Use a code 3 entry into a code 2 trade. That works great. Now, personally, I would rather use a code 1 entry into a code 2 trade, and if it didn't work, I would reverse and go the other way. That works better. Now, I will teach that technique. See, I think a lot of you don't know about that technique yet, developed within the charting service, so I'll teach that technique within the code 2 course. And so you could learn that technique. It works very, very well. And and there's another major issue we got to talk about that I just really have come to light here, and it has to do with the code. Different people are seeing different codes based upon their broker. That's right. You use NinjaTrader, you use TradeStation. Those are two known ones right now that I know of for sure. Show a different code. This could be a problem that people are having across the board. They're using brokers that we didn't really realize are not showing the same information. So this is actually an issue, and we need to I don't know, somehow solve this issue. But for now, the one thing that you can do is you can come into Skype and I can help you and tell you if you've got the same code as I do, or you can go out and get OEC Trader through GFF Brokers. Get the software, the same software you're seeing, GFF Brokers using OEC Trader or Global Zen Trader. It's the same software, and pull it up on your screen, and then have your other software going and see if they are different, if there is a different code. If there's a different code, then you're going to need to adjust for that. You can either use the same software I'm using, or you can take note of it and make the proper adjustment. But if you are seeing something different than I'm seeing, and you're going by what I'm saying, you are not going to be successful using the code, because you are taking a totally different mathematical entry. You're not taking the same thing I would be taking. And all of my calculations are based upon what I'm seeing. So you have to use me as a frame of reference and adjust according to me. Now, I think a lot of you are seeing the same thing I'm seeing, but there's definitely some of you. If you use NinjaTrader, you're seeing something different. If you use TradeStation, you're seeing something different. How many more out there are like that? I do not know. There's no possible way, unless you make the adjustment, can you be trading the same as me using the same code I'm using. You cannot. Unless you make the adjustment. If you make the adjustment, then yes, you can do the same exact thing. But you're going to need to be aware of it, and you're going to need to be able to make the adjustment. Don't ask me why these brokers are using different codes. I do not know. Makes no sense. Anyway, if you're a client of mine, you can come in to Skype with me and we can quickly find out if you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing or not. And then if you are not, then I know how to fix it. I know what to do. I can tell you what to do. It's very simple. So, but anyway, it's definitely something that I, as a, need to pay attention to now and ask everybody what broker they're using so I can identify the brokers that are doing this. Anyway, I'm going to get going. It's very late here. I will see all of you for tomorrow for some more code trading. Hope all of you guys are loving the codes, especially code 3. Well, all the codes. They're all fantastic. So I really hope that all of you are loving the codes, and I will see you for more trading tomorrow. Happy trading out there.